His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
This is erotic, vivacious. This is voluptuous. Who is this clamorously glamorous and a felicitous latitudinaria? Could she be a Vigo in Tata or a Tyro? Immaculately, a corroboration of a captivating and a charming. Oh my God, this is sonorous, salubrious, and a revivalistic resonance. Let's make this moment reactivationistic, tenacious, and agglutinative. Pardon my manners, I am not a twaddler, but a logomaniac, a sesquipedalian, a routine tutti, benevolent and not malevolent, a prodigy, a coruscate, an enigma, a virtuoso who doesn't believe in the male chauvinism. And I reside in a collocation of the intellectual bulldozers, not mediocres. I am not into malabranchism. I am only here to stir up your emotional rococo and scare away the yobos for me to fall into lustration with this voluptuous, erotic, and vivacious inamorato. Never mind, I unleash my grandiloquence and vocabularies in chain, like the organic molecules, reminding you of the movement of your slowpogans in the days of the Alaquata Main. What? My amorousness, gregariosity, avariciousness, and cupidity has led me into the transcendental and transamination of this inoculated concupiscence, where I saw my consanguinity's advice as being vituperative, contumelous, and contumacious. Oh, what an irreparable relegation. Oh, yes, No, it reminds me of the biblical Eloi Eloi lama sabachthani and the musical Emi Demi Semi Quiver. Oh, could it be melodramatic? Could it be mendacious, meretricious, rather veracious? Now I'm in a limbo and quandary. What an emotional perturbation. What a petulant and venomous egoistic deflection. I thought I have found my Val. Oh, now I have to kowtow in this poho. I must kowtow in this poho. It's in a political somnambulism and malocclusion. It's in a financial and economic bantigism. Look at the way the game politics is becoming a bugaboo. What a political holy bully. What a political hoity-toity. What a political foodie-doody. What a political hocus pocus they have come with. What a political jabberwock. What a political poppycock. What a political gobbledygook. With this consternation, I ask that you accept my pertinacious circumlocution. Accept my pertinacious circumambagous, grandiloquence, and magniloquence. But I will tell you this, I will not kowtow in Japoho. I will refuse to kowtow in Japoho. Thank you. It is appalling. That is the reason I've been in a compendious, laconic lacuna, not a recapitulation. But let me tell you this, that it is Leka and Pulchritudinous that in a legotla, in an imbizo, flagitious and enervating lematas were excogitatedly ruminate how the recidivistical politicos move from budget disappearance to budget doctoration. Now we are faced with a debilitating, exasperating thing with a financial lobotomization. But I pray that this will not ignite a clamorous remonstration. Now, come to think of it, how dare they deplete the citizens of their obstreperous and vociferous modus vivendi? Enough of this vilification and solipsism. This is execrably pugnacious, pestilential, and attenuating. Imagine the imbibition of the political rodomontades, which has kept us in an abject ululation. Why? This is sardonic, opprobrious, malevolent, contumelious. Today, erroneous. What we get in return, what we get in appreciation is the colossal, gargantua, high cost of living. What an opprobrium, what an odium, what an ignominious memento. That even at the barbituration of the so much acclimatized by a scrupulous, fastidious, puritanica, boisterous, energetic, and a rooting tooting, but today for party affiliation, sentiments, for political somnambulism and malocclusion, he has chosen to remain close-mouthed, reticent, taciturn, uncommunicative, and unforthcoming, meaning he has kowtowed in their poho. That is what you get when the hobo pejoratively hobnobs with the hobgoblin have been bamboozled, razzle-dazzled, razzmatazz politically. Where I said he was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a way of saying the president was fantastic. But his political enemies said he was suffering from what I describe as new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. It's a word that is supposed to be called silicosis, meaning a lung disease. But in search for the longest word in the dictionary, they pep it up to become a 45-letter word, which is new mono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
We are to God Almighty. We must acknowledge him first before going into anything, because that's what he commanded. So we acknowledge him that he's God, he's faithful, he's good, he's merciful, his providential care is worth nothing, because he hovers us every day, protecting and providing what God he is over the universe. We are excited and motivated that he allowed us to come into this day again and to do what is right. We are grateful to God Almighty. Thank you too for coming on. We appreciate you. You are so massive, so extraordinary, so great. Without you, we can. With you, we can. But you complement us. So we are partners in progress. We are partners in struggle. We are partners in prosperity. We are partners in just everything. Thank you. Great people. Yes, it is another day with real talk. So it's the weekend. Yes, let's acknowledge few of you as quickly as we can. Then we can run our announcement. The announcement in which we will continue to sound as a broken record that you are familiar with now, and others. Then we get started with what we've got on our plate for Friday, the weekend. We will talk something apart from what we have. Only two issues we are looking at today. An insightful statement that came from one of the guys to diffuse and neutralize the petty politicking from some of Liberian quote-unquote politicians and others who buy into it, who think that, oh yes, it is good, it's necessary, and they see it as the means by which they think they can get popular. We will go into that insightful position statement given, which also forecasts the future 2029. Then we will also look at something in the political space and beyond the political space from a general perspective that is hindering many people's progress, find people in different situations. People just find it hard to cope. Some people know how to use it, and a lot more. Those are the two we have on our plate. And then that's it for the weekend. We leave the basket with you. But hold on. That announcement is coming up shortly. William Derry Wulu, official spokesperson, Liberia Civil Rights Movement, Caldwell. That's Tubman Snawulo, Magibi County, Felicia Swain, Badnuttsville, Town, the town of, or the district of the second richest man in Liberia, Regime Speaker Richard Cohn. When you are living in Badnuttsville, you are rich. You are out of poverty. You are walking on gold. Suffering is only known to you when you hear it, but you wouldn't experience it. All of you who are living in District 11, you people, if you tell anybody you don't have money, well then, sorry to say, God himself will curse you. So if you don't have money, then you're living in the district of the second richest man in Liberia. Harris Sapo, Swakoko, Bon County, Benson W. Victor, Broad Street, Sangba Jala, Stephen Yakari, Todi District, Lower Magibi County, Joylin, Brove City, Amara Kamara, Brussels, Belgium, Paul Fania, that's Paul Fanya, Magibi, yes, Jefferson Kemon, Keba, Badnuttsville, the district of the Regime Speaker, Yassa Sharif, USA, Musa A. Sharif, Congo Town, Tomanti John, Congo Town, whether oldest or youngest, that's Congo Town, Stephen Boso, Ayuba Critical Cabal, we done that assignment, is over. Emmanuel Bro, USA, Lekpeyi, Jerry, Kakata, Jeremiah Labla, So Clinic, yes, thank you. Ezekiel Johnson, Chicken Soup Factory, Ben, there's Bappin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Clady Addison, Delaware, USA, David Gibler, Mandra Market, Waterside, Saturday Woodaware, Georgia, Atlanta, USA, Charles Weir, Jacob Town, Abraham Brown, Yekepa, Nima County, Andrew T. Nangbe, Caldwell Township, Hype Dodson, Johnsonville, James Zovley. Well, King Peter Town, all right. The protocol is so very long. You people are coming on in your numbers. Time is of the essence. My dear sister, Orita Sunday Choir, you are on. Good to have you on. Hope that you are faring well. Rita Christine Hayes, you are on from Massachusetts, the United States. Jukonti Chie, you are on also. Orita Jikla, Osman Saw, Joan Momolo, Galley Streets, respectively, your business center. And the chairman for life, the one and only chairman, you know, the melting pot chairman, the common citizen, Roman Rico, Kenneth Ball, or Latupan for short, chairman, Block Titan Intellectual Center, District Titan. Good to have you on, the honorable chairman, the common chairman, chairman for life. Okay, so with that protocol, let's get to our boring announcement, but with substance. It's the weekend, yeah? That announcement there is boring, but it has substance. Yeah, so it is the King Support Basket. Again, the basket, we're about to leave it with you going into the weekend. Please take care of the basket. Drop as and when you can, but don't return the basket empty, please. We've known you for your good deal, your widow's mite, your just everything. You are so good. So we leave you as custodians of the basket. You can keep the basket. Yeah, you can take care of the basket. Benita, Tobasi, Jonathan, Bowman, Ruby, every one of you, all you people, Clady, Rita, all of you can take care of the basket. It's in your care. And you know, you share the code with the people. When you're taking care of something, you got to share because there's the publicity aspect to this basket. 0555 885 885. 0555 885 885. That's the same way. The local mobile code 0777 017 885. 0777 017 885. Also, our partners are giving out good morning today. I am told they are giving out very, very good money. Good amount. You don't want to miss out on it. What have they sent me? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. Imagine that support altogether. That's 35,000. 35,000 for 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Imagine that. 35,000 for you to take in this January, the holidays. People giving 35. That's the announcement they just sent that should tell you people. 35. That's 5,000, 10,000, and 20,000. Yeah, 20 and 10. That 30. Put 5 there. 35. For only 200 Liberian dollars. Only 200. Far below. Less. 200 or $1.50. So you can take that money. You can take the 35,000. Easy. Just 200 Liberian dollars. That's what they just said. Or $1.50 US. And then the code. Hear how you play. *799 *24 hatch. That's all. $200 give you 35,000. Many of your friends, I can tell you, they've won. They walk away with their 35K. 35K. So you can win the 5,000. You can win 10,000. You can win 20,000. It's optional. And then you can win all 35. Play as you can. I will advise you to play as many times as you can. 200, small money. Some of you sit in an entertainment place, you spend 3,000, 4,000, 7, 8, 9. That ain't anything. Yeah, some of you play at a higher level. So this one, that's just small money here. You don't worry yourself, man. You don't even scratch your hair on 200. 200 get you 35K. That's more money in this economy right now. The INSA a chakla, World Bank say a upside down. America say they can't understand what's happening. All kind of thing. Then God say in the midst of the high economy in Liberia, I will create opportunity because that God on there. The how God can work. In crisis, God can provide. But if you can take advantage of the opportunity in crisis, then don't blame God. Crisis that any difficult times, that crisis, that God on a road there. Let me say it the way so you understand it. So God said, the way the economy high on a Joseph Yima Bwaga, I will make sure that these people bring in X, Y, Z, the other people bring in. So you have to take advantage of it. That 200 will give you 35,000. Do you need to come praying to me again and say, God, you know my situation, my child not in school, and God, if you can do this for me, I will really praise you. God said, no, you don't need to come and do that. Just take advantage. All of these things that the essence of life, take advantage of them. Don't say, oh, it's wrong. Yeah, it's about money. Money, and you need money. God first. Money second in the whole wide world. The Ghanaian man will say, God created the world on money. The world running on money. The world will come to an end with money. The new world with money. You see it all over. So if you value money, what are you there? So you take it, yeah? Just play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. The people giving out. They're giving out the money. So that's the announcement they asked us to tell you, yeah? At the same time, King Support Basket. Please keep dropping. Let's get to some of the developments unfolding out of Liberia. And then we talk those two essential events or ideas. And then we are out for the day and the week. It has been so good. Thank you for being with us from Monday to this day. You've been so supportive, so encouraging. You've been so good. South Africans were reportedly recruited into the Russian army through online military games, according to Bloomberg. The recruitment happened in Discord, while players were gaming in Arma 3, a realistic military video game, Bloomberg reported. Recruiters allegedly contacted gamers during the gameplay and guided them through the process of signing up. One South African who joined the Russian army is reported to have died on the battlefield in Ukraine. Another recruit allegedly traveled to Russia in mid-2025 and signed a military contract. Bloomberg journalist Anthony Swagsy says this is the first known case of Russia using online gaming platforms to recruit fighters, although it has recruited people from Africa before. Two Tanzania lawyers, Tito Manguti and Bob Wangui, have taken Tanzania to the East African Court of Justice over the October 29, 2025 general elections. They are suing the Attorney General of Tanzania and the East African Community Secretary General, claiming the election did not meet democratic and legal standards. The lawyers argued that the election violated key principles of ICA Treaty, including democracy, rule of law, human rights, transparency, and political freedoms. President Samia Suluhu Hassan of the ruling CCM party was declared the winner with about 97.66% of the vote, a result criticized by opposition groups and some observers. The case has been filed at the East African Court of Justice, but a hearing date has not yet been set. More than 9.5 million seized from a bank account in Jersey, a British Crown dependency in the Channel Island between the United Kingdom and France, is being returned to the government of Nigeria to support an infrastructure project. The return follows a memorandum of understanding signed in December by Mark Temple Casey, building on earlier agreements that have repatriated more than 300 million to Nigeria. In January 2024, the Royal Court ruled the funds were likely the proceeds of corruption involving diverted public money. Nigeria's Attorney General Lateef Fagbemi said the money will be used under the agreement, including for a major highway linking Abuja and Lagos. And the United States has halted all aid to Somalia government over allegations that officials damaged a U.S.-funded World Food Program warehouse and diverted food assistance meant for vulnerable Somalis. The State Department said it will resume only if Somalia takes accountability and implements appropriate remedial steps. Somalia has denied the allegations, insisting that all aid remains under the World Food Program control, a position confirmed by a WFP staff member who said the food was not stolen. The decision comes as Donald Trump government tightens restrictions on Somali migrants, marking a shift from the era of Joe Biden, when the U.S. provided $770 million in aid to Somalia. Despite broader withdrawals from some United Nations bodies, the U.S. remains the WFP largest donor, contributing $2 billion in 2025. And a Nigerian court has granted bail to former Attorney General Abubakar Malama, his wife, and his son over money laundering charges. Malami, who served under former President Muhammadu Buhari, is accused of diverting about $6 million in public money. He has denied the charges, saying they are politically motivated after he left the ruling All Progressives Congress for the opposition African Democratic Congress. Maliman has been in prison since December 30th. The court ordered a temporary seizure of 57 properties believed to belong to him, worth about $150 million. The bill was set at $350,000 each for the three defendants, with strict conditions, including guarantors and surrender of travel documents. The funds were used to buy properties in Abuja and other cities. Those are some of the developments unfolding out of Liberia, particularly from the African continent, given the proximity to us. Let's get now to what we've got on our plate for this afternoon, and then we out. I said only two issues we've got to look at, and then we are out. I like to read articles, pieces of all kinds. They gave you not only what they gave you by content, but given the nature, if it has to do with the future, a whole new perspective. If it has to do with a pieces of advice, you know what to do. If it is a reaction, you tend to understand from whence the person comes. And if you experience that, you tend to appreciate the person's position. We have had and share with you several positions that Liberian politicians, if they are, have written. Some of them will talk their position. They will move to radio station. They will get on online platforms and say what they find necessary to say. Often it has been lambasting that this person is this person is in that. Lately, it has always been one person, the target, one person. Thomas Fowler will come and say his, Sir Joseph will say his, before them, those who left CDC, those who are outside, those who were in part, but they weren't comfortable. Just everybody was giving their position. And you reacted, you joined in that conversation, you gave your position. And we say it has become the normal. And since it is the normal, nobody has time, because that which is normal is just normal, even though it should not be the normal. I say it has become the normal because people are just bored. people get tired hearing it. So it means when you think that it is right, it is normal to be talking against a given person all of the time, the people just listen and say, we tired, man. We tired listening to that thing. That thing what I meant talking, and that's strange thing. We heard that thing before. The people, when they get tired talking about George Weah or against George Weah, they will shut up. We tired. People who are not supporters of George Weah, people who did not serve in Weah's government, they are bored. They are tired hearing that. They see these guys who often say these things as people who are just misguided, bad orientation, and least to say seditions. Today, it was yesterday, late in the evening, Councillor Garrison Yellow gave an insightful position about this whole thing. We are the bad man. We are left the country this way. We are spoiled the country. We were not secure in Weah's government. We are secure in Bouaka government. He decided to do a piece to that, to share his thought. And I think it is very, very insightful, very good. And I thought to share it with you. I'm going to present it just as he presented it. No paraphrasing or analyzing. No, just as he presented it. I couldn't agree with Garrison Yellow the more. And I know almost all of the people who came out lambasting George Weah and saying all manner of things against him. Some of them may have read Garrison Yellow position and they started to have a second thought. Because, listen, normally it does not make sense. I have said people will only believe you when, if you were not in, being a part, you're out and say awful things, what the people will say. But you were there. You enjoyed. You collected. You did everything. It's because you find a new gear, so the other lady doesn't make sense to you any longer. You say all manner of things. Yes, Garrison Yellow position. This is how he titled it. How former President George M. Weah is turning political betrayal into a path for progress. Did you get it? How former President George M. Weah is turning political betrayal into a path for progress. How former President George Weah is turning political betrayal into a path for progress. Yes, that's it. But please, I beg you, give me a minute or less than that. Let me get something straight here. Then we go uninterrupted. No break. Thank you for the understanding.
Let me show you another example. How I used to be passing around looking for money for Joe Parker. And they want to know the bigger, the real beggar this year, January 21, 2022. I apologize, Henry, but I'm doing a lot of consultation as regards our separation with the CPP. If possible, let's talk tonight. I said, okay, Uncle, I'll be expecting your call. You see him talking about the separation? Some of you are making it look like it was we who just decided to separate from the CPP. It was Joseph Boaka's idea for us to leave, and we did it. See me here. I sent him another. I said, then he said, good. Then I wrote him back. I said, and I have raised 1,500 USD for your visit to Redemption Hospital to visit with the survivors of the Stampede. That was when that pastor had the crusade on the field, D12 field, and people died. Abraham Kroma, right? Raised 1,500 US and sent it to Joe Boakai for him to go and identify with the people. See why he wrote to me after I told him about the 1,500 US. You mean so much to me that I can never disappoint you. That the Papa Deo. He said, you mean so much to me that I can never. You see, I wrote him, I said, look, Uncle, the cash is in Liberia. My guy will deliver it to you tomorrow. He is my vice chairman for operations of the COP. He is Anthony Tengbe. This is the man that took the money to Joseph Boakai to go to redemption. Just to go to redemption, we had to raise money to give to him. I will show you more. This is a real beggar. So Joseph Human Boakai, February 25, 2023. I said, good evening, Uncle Joe. Jake sent me a draft press statement prepared for you on the tragic attack on former Chief Justice Gloria Scott. I think it's a good idea. I'm deeply concerned and sorry for her loss.
How former President George M. Weah is turning political betrayal into a path for progress. This is the caption of the unique piece as written by Councillor Garrison Yelu. Here's how he began. This year isn't just a flip of the calendar, it's a total software upgrade for the soul. For leaders like former President George M. Weah and those of us born in October, our kindness, hospitality, and generosity are often mistaken for weakness by the short-sighted. But here is the secret. What the world does not know is that every time they turn against a man of destiny, for no reason, God acts as the divine architect, closing a small window just to blast open a massive door of opportunity, a reference to George Weah. Those who currently busy ledgering their bad morphing and countering their betrayals, hold onto those books tightly. The time is coming when you will come knocking, squashing your head in regret and saying, I don't know what got over me. We have realized that too much time was spent trying to empower the harvest crew, those who show up for the free feast of power, but catch a sudden case of disappearing items during the winter of political difficulty. Remember, time is the only currency that doesn't have a reprint button. For Ambassador Weah, understanding the value of a single minute has always been the difference between a missed goal and a fulfilled destiny. Why waste precious years mourning a political pot that is already smashed to pieces? Why drain your battery arguing with critics who are hopelessly in love with the sound of their own voices? It's like trying to teach a fish to climb a tree. It's a waste of energy, and it only makes the spectator look silly. The focus now isn't on the noise. It's on the next move. Everything in life radiates from the center, from the deep within. If a leader doesn't master the discipline of self during the quiet years, the version of you that was destined for greatness will eventually be retired by old age, still waiting in the wings. Former President George Weah isn't waiting for a lucky Monday or a specific election cycle to begin his next chapter. A second chance doesn't need a calendar date. It begins the very millisecond you choose to claim your narrative. The clock is ticking, and it's not just telling time, it's telling the movement to move. And then the next caption he gave it, the comeback starts now. The comeback starts now. The second part of his article. The comeback starts now. Who is coming back? George Weah. What institution? CDC. What man? The Unity Party say isn't coming back? George Weah. What institution they say isn't coming back? CDC. He titled the second part of his piece, The Comeback Starts Now. Not later, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, but now. He goes on. I was recently telling someone who came to apologize for their 2023 shenanigans. We have learned the ultimate lesson from President George M. Weah. As a fellow October born, he has turned the masterclass of turning enemies to shame. Did you get it? Let me go back over that line. As a fellow October born, he has turned the masterclass of turning enemies to shame into a political art form. One undisputed fact is that the CDC and President Weah created a platform that many of those currently bad-mouthing him are still eating from today. No, you didn't get that line. Here is it. One undisputed fact, meaning you can't argue it, the reality explains itself. That's what the word means. One undisputed fact is that the CDC and President George Weah created a platform that many of those currently bad-mouthing him are still eating from today. Bad-mouthing, and you say all kind of negative things, like you heard the people in the past, that what they call bad-mouthing. For somebody to say bad thing about you, they take it from your mouth. They say, Joe, we are a bad man. In Joe, we are time we never had security. In Boakatan, we get security. Joe, we are sending people to do this, to all kind of things, and that's what they call bad-mouthing, to say negative thing. One undisputed fact is that the CDC and President George Weah created a platform that many of those currently bad-mouthing him are still eating from today. Yesterday, you were singing his praises like a lead soloist in a choir. But today, you have developed a sudden case of vocal cords that only produce insults. If he didn't make you, he certainly will give you the stage to perform on. You get that? If he didn't make you, that's we are talking about now, how we are turned people from nothingness into something. How, if we did not turn to you to stretch a hand to you, but he will create the opportunity by which you will move from where you are, from your dungeon to prosperity. Let me go back to those two lines. Yesterday, he referring to those people who bad-mouthing George Weah. Yesterday, you were singing his praises like a lead soloist in a choir. But today, you have developed a sudden case of vocal cords that only produce insults. If he didn't make you, he certainly gave you the stage to perform on. You used his ladder to reach the high fruit of success. And now you are trying to chop that same ladder into firewood. That's not just betrayal, that's bad mouth. Mouth, M-A-T-H. That's bad mouth, and even worse character. Let's be brutally honest. Those who are running, those who you are running to now might offer you a temporary seat at their table, but they would never give you their trust. Why? He asks. Because a dog that brings a bone will always carry one away. That's the parable he gave. Because a dog that brings a bone will always carry one away. Your new masters know that if you could betray the man who gave you your first yes, and your first taste of the limelight, you will betray them, for it may be tomorrow. He goes on, Garrison Yellow goes on. They are watching you with one eye open while you eat. Perhaps this mass departure of fair weather friends is actually a blessing in disguise. It clears the brush to train and raise a new army, a loyal, disciplined force that will truly take the vision of the promised land without looking back. Nobody is God to say another person's destiny is in their pocket. A reference to what the people always saying, that we are not coming back, as if we are destiny in their hand, that they can decide who becomes and who not become 2029. That's what he's saying by this expression. Nobody destiny, nobody is God to say another person's destiny is in their pocket. It's funny how yesterday, when you were in the wilderness, you lost an election, came back with God on your side, and you find your way to the top. But today, when we say we are coming back, you start singing a different tone. Move from here with your coming back. So God only answers your prayers but ignores ours? God is the CEO of the universe, not your private political consultant. If the sun can rise for you after your darkest night, it can certainly rise for President George Weah and the CDC again. God is for everyone, not just the chosen few who think they hold the keys to the future. Stay kind, stay focused, and keep them guessing, because the comeback is always louder than the departure. What a unique piece to shut the mouths of "we are not coming back, we will never come back" by Garrison Yellow. I couldn't have shared this piece with you. So interesting. I thought to bring it. When I got it, took my time, and I said I would share it with you just like that. No paraphrasing whatsoever, word for word. Again, please, we'll go back on it. This is a lesson for everybody. You never ever attempt to badmouth people. Not at all. You don't do that. When you are out of that institution, fine. If you think you can do that to get praise from the current, you only betray the current before you can betray him or her. How former President George M. Weah is turning political betrayal into a path for progress. You understand the caption? Well, let me put it in context in my little understanding. What he's simply saying, those betrayers, Weah isn't troubled by them. Weah isn't moved by them. They're not hurting Weah. Weah doesn't think about how many persons left CDC, why they left CDC, what they are saying. Instead, he used all of the betrayers for the good of his party and himself. And listen, I will spiritualize this one. That is what God meant in James, the introduction of James, when he said, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. And then he stated the prosperity that comes along with the explanation. The only reason you find yourself retrogressing or you don't move forward because you think of what people do to you. You take it to be the assignment instead of dropping it because it is a past and move forward. He is simply saying, all of those, we are isn't moved by them. How many people have left him? Whatever they have said, the degree of by which they have said it, that we does not think about it. Instead, he focuses on turning those betrayers into progress. This new year isn't just a flip of the calendar. It is a total software upgrade for the soul. For leaders like former President George M. Weah and those of us born in October, our kindness, hospitality, and generosity are often mistaken for weakness by the short-sighted. But here is the secret. What the world does not know is that every time they turn against a man of destiny for no reason, God acts as the divine architect, closing a small window just to blast open a massive door of opportunity. To those currently busy ledgering their bad morphing and counting their betrayers, hold on to those books tightly. The time is coming when you will come back knocking, scratching your head in regret and saying, I don't know what got over me. We have realized that too much time was spent trying to empower the harvest crew, those people who show up for the free feast of power but catch a sudden case of disappearing itis during the winter of political difficulty. Remember, time is the only currency that doesn't have a reprint button. For Ambassador George Weah, understanding the value of a single minute has always been the difference between a missed goal and a fulfilled destiny. Why waste precious years mooning a political pot that is already smashed to pieces? Why drain your battery arguing with critics who hopelessly in love with the sound of their own voices? It's like trying to teach a fish to climb a tree. It's a waste of energy, and it only makes the spectator look silly. The focus now isn't on the noise, it's on the next move. Everything in life radiates from the center, from the deep within. If a leader doesn't master the discipline of the self, during the quiet years, the version of you that was destined for greatness will eventually be retired by old age, still waiting in the wings. Former President George Weah isn't waiting for a lucky Monday or a specific election cycle to begin his next chapter. A second chance doesn't need a calendar date. It begins the very millisecond you choose to claim your narrative. The clock is ticking, and it's not just telling time, it's telling the movement to move. I was recently telling someone who came to apologize for their 2023 shenanigans. We have learned the ultimate lesson from former President George M. Weah. As a fellow October born, he has turned the masterclass of turning enemies to shame into a political art form. One undisputed fact is that the CDC and President George Weah created a platform that many of those currently bad-mouthing him are still eating from today. Yesterday, you were singing his praises like a lead soloist in a choir. But today, you have developed a sudden case of vocal cords that only produce insults. If he didn't make you, he certainly will give you the stage to perform on. You use his ladder to reach the high fruits of success, and now you are trying to chop that same ladder into firewood. That's not just betrayal, that's bad math and even worse character. Let's be brutally honest. Those of you who are running now to offer, might offer a temporary seat at the table, but they would never give you their trust. Why? Because a dog that brings a bone always carry one away. Your new masters know that if you could betray the man who gave you your first yes and your first taste of the limelight, you will betray them for a maybe tomorrow. They are watching you with one eye open while you eat. Perhaps this mass departure of fair weather friends is actually a blessing in disguise. It's clear the brush to train and raise a new army, a loyal, disciplined force that will truly take their vision to the promised land without looking back. Nobody is God to say another person's destiny is in their pocket. It's funny how yesterday, when you were in the wilderness, you lost an election, came back with God on your side, and found your way to the top. But today, when we say we are coming back, you start singing a different tone. Move from here with your coming back. Hey, so God only answers your prayers but ignores ours? God is the CEO of the universe, not your private political consultant. If the sun can rise for you after your darkest night, it can certainly rise for President George Weah and the CDC again. God is for everyone, not just the chosen few who think they hold the keys to the future. Stay calm, stay focused, and keep them guessing, because the comeback is always louder than the departure. Thank you very much. An excellent piece from Garrison Yellow. That will take us to just a piece of advice, and all of these things that you see happening, especially from the other side, is based on this emotion that people put on. There is political anger, social anger, religious anger, military anger, all. So since it is the weekend and my observation is clear, you see all these things happening. People are angry. People are just angry within themselves. Politically, they are angry against other people. Politically, they are angry against people socially. They are angry against people religiously. You see, the atmosphere is saturated with anger, is filled with anger, vexation, madness. And people put on anger as they put on clothes. And they legitimize anger and think that anger is normal. So you see it all over. You see the political anger in Unity Party people. You see political anger in those who are not partisans of Unity Party, but they just don't want to hear and see George Weah. You see religious anger in pastors against the other pastor. You see anger in the Liberal Council of Churches. you see anger just everywhere. But I just thought to share it with us from a general perspective. But anger is everywhere. But it is not just the anger, bystander of anger that I'm about to share with you, but destructive anger. That's why I name all those areas with emphasis on the political side. We are in 2026, couple of weeks, months, the atmosphere will be different. The government is vexed. The president is vexed. His officials are vexed. They have put on anger. They have put on anger. Anger is in them. Anger has taken residence in them, and anger, they have nursed and still nursing anger by what you see, their reactions, their words, and all of those things. The same way, out of politics, anger, destructive anger has led people into different things. Anger can often do more harm to the person who put it on than to the person whom the anger is directed against. Don't put on anger. Don't put on anger. It's not good at all. I mean, destructive anger. It is possible to be angry without causing harm to yourself and the person you're venting your anger against. Especially in this tense political culture we are in right now. You see, that you just look at the atmosphere. Just look. People are angry against themselves for no reason. That means they know why they're angry, but they are angry. They're angry because someone is saying, George, we are coming back. Just say anywhere, say we are coming back. You'll see anger. Do you know the signs of anger? The signs of anger. There are two signs, two visible signs: words, action. What comes first? Words. You will hear somebody that you have no understanding will come out with such expression. You will hear loose talk from people. Loose talk. Just say something in the midst of people. This is what they don't like to hear. Just say, George Weah is coming back. It's set. You hear somebody will ask whether you're normal. That question arises from anger, vexation, because the anger is in. The anger is in. Resident anger. The job for anger in there is sitting down. Vex. And the person who can pour anger in himself, that the person it can affect more. And not the person you're directing it at, because the person you're directing it at don't know. Say, I'm sitting here. I just read a piece from Garrison Yellow, which is very insightful, and we're talking about it. Somebody listening, some Unity Party person or persons listening somewhere, somehow, the vex. We know that for a fact. And you can hear them and they can call. When you hear them calling and saying those things, that anger right there, that vexation, meaning they don't want you to say it. You're saying what they don't want to hear. So they call and say, this one, meaning you should not talk about it. That anger. Those are the signs. It starts from what comes out. And then the next one, that the bar one there, they can want fight. So, destructive anger, you see it in politics, you see it everywhere. I thought to share it with you because you hear a number of things, you see a number of things. Don't get emotional. Don't say things to people. Don't say, just remain focused. So there are five. I will share with you five things about anger, 5 different categories of anger. And if you look at your personal life, you will see it. It's not only for politics, it's not only religious, but it is a general thing because anger is an emotion. Look at yourself. Take a picture of yourself. Look at yourself in your community, at your business center, in your office, your interaction with people. Just imagine as I explain these 5 categories, then that's it. It'll open up for you to have your say. 5 things you should not do. 5, anger. 1, don't nurse your anger. Don't nurse your anger. It is within. Anger is within. It simply means to get angry, to get uncomfortable. Don't nurse your anger. If you are vexed, whether it's politics, religion, religious, social, whatever, don't nurse your anger. And there is a reason why you should not nurse your anger. But let me tell you what nursing anger is first. It simply means to develop. When you're nursing your anger, you are developing it. You are developing it. You're growing it. You're growing it. And the more you do it, it becomes part of you. It becomes part of your life. What's going to happen is you'll be that person that anybody can turn on at any time. And you will not like the situation. It will lead you to say something or do something because it's already in. Nursing anger means you develop. You're developing it. Don't nurse your anger. Don't feed it from within. Don't give it any food to eat. That's what it is. Don't nurse your anger. Meaning, don't sleep. Don't give it any. Don't talk about it. Don't say, oh, that way you are nursing it. You are growing it. You are growing. In this political space, in your personal life, in your academic life, your interaction with your friends in the community, whatever the discussion, wherever, anger will come up, but don't nurse it. When you nurse it, it will go to destruction. That's the destructive aspect I'm talking about. I'm explaining from a destructive aspect. Don't nurse it. The second thing that you should do, as we get closer to open the license, this is a weekend, don't rehearse your anger. Don't rehearse your anger. How people rehearse their anger? Well, people take pride in telling people how angry they are, that they have bad temper. You hear expression like this: don't play with me, oh. I get bad temper, oh. My temper not near you. Oh. Haven't you heard that? Now, if you ever say that, you have to drop it. The more you say those things, you are rehearsing your anger. Rehearse is to practice. You are rehearsing. You already nurse. That means you develop it. So it is a resident anger. Now you are rehearsing it. You are practicing. What people rehearse for? They rehearse for action. They rehearse for performance. You rehearse your anger, which you should not do. And you see it. Just look at community. Look at people just everywhere. You see that. Don't play with me. I could get vexed. My anger not near yet. My vexation not near yet. Me when I get vexed, nobody can stop me. So that person will think that he or she is strong, or the people will be afraid hearing those lines. What the person is doing is rehearsing the anger, but what the person will not know, and the person will attempt not to know, that is when that anger is fully rehearsed, will lead the person into something. And then you people have seen it, haven't you? You have seen it. Person go and then say, oh, he killed a ball, he killed a ball, he killed a ball. And then the person attempted to run away, and run behind and catch. Oh, she and her friend were just talking. The same thing she was talking. She said, oh, her temper not near, her temper bad. You see what she did? She slapped her friend. Yeah, the girl now, the girl fiend, or the girl laying on the ground. Oh, the girl not down, oh, the girl, she killed her friend. Then when they carry, you start regretting. If I had known that part, that's the deceptive part of rehearsing your anger. It deceives you. It doesn't give you the aftermath, but it allows you to say, because you have people cheering you on. You see that in the community, oh, that thing, it can't happen to me. Most often when you hear the person rehearsing his or her anger, it is because they are getting the support from outside, the cheers from outside. That thing can happen to me. That thing can never happen to me. You buy your Christian code. You sit down there, they can't tell you Latin. She tell you Latin, then you leave it. He tell you Latin, you leave it. So when the person hearing it now, say, don't try me. Me, my anger not here. My anger not here. My anger bow. My anger bow. When I get there, nobody can stop me. What the person doing is rehearsing. And we've seen terrible acts in politics. People stab their friend. They engage into fight. We've seen that in every area of life. I cannot tell you how many persons, young boys, young girls, men, women in South Beach because of anger. I cannot tell you how many persons, young boys, young girls, lying down in hospital, some on emergency ward from anger. Either they did or it went against them. Don't rehearse your anger. When you rehearse your anger, it means you are practicing for action. Then here's another thing that you should not guard against. Otherwise, then that it will leave you in regret. Don't converse your anger. Similar to what I just said. But it is by justification. When you converse in your anger, you are justifying. You talk about it a lot. You publicize it. You take it from one person to another. And you see people doing that. They will take it from this person, they carry it to this house. From there, they take it to the other house. Sometimes they will reach about 4 or 5 houses, just explaining and telling people what they would do. Anger is destructive when you cannot control it. It's an emotion that you have to have control over in any area you find yourself. Conversing your anger can easily lead to what you see people doing. When conversing your anger, it can lead to abusive expressions. The battle for supremacy. Have you not seen the battle for supremacy? You see 2 ladies, sometimes 3. You see men and all. The words that are coming from their mouth, cursing each other. That's contest right there. They have engaged into a contest. And that context is from anger. But they are battling. Who will suppress who? So all the cursing, tap cursing and all, you know, some of the cursing they said, the spectators around, they can yell, just like when a football team scored. Then what happened? Take up time if that is happening in your area, or if your area is noted for that, meaning people. Yeah. The next thing, it leads to fighting. Fighting because the anger, the emotion will be boiling. Just they can say, oh, the person blood boiling, talking from one end to another, and then it's bad. You have to guide against everything destructive. Don't converse your anger. Don't justify it. Don't talk about it. It would lead you to something else. Go to Saw Beach. Just ask the guides. Want to know how many? We don't do those things here because our people are unreceptive. In other countries, the people do that. That's how they come to developing a manual by which they can guide people, teach people from one end to another, from one institution to another, because it gave them a fair understanding. But take up time now. If you went at the central prison, go through all of the processes and explain to them what you want to know. They will not be receptive, not at all. They will not. But if they are receptive, you would know just from the case file. You will come to see how anger is so bad, and how many persons, just if they just afford you the opportunity to run through the cells, you will hear too many things from people. Simple on anger, vexation. Because they nurse the anger, they converse about the anger, and they find themselves. It's destructive. Or that's the destructive part I'm discussing. The other part, anger, is good. But I'm discussing the destructive part. Since we're in a tense political atmosphere, we see all kinds of things happening beyond the political aspect also. The next thing that you should not do to guide against destructive anger, so that it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect the next person, because it might lower your future or break your future. What that means is, say if you are a school-going person, school is in session, and anger leads you to do certain things, you damage somebody, you're not going to go to school, you're in police cell. It's destructive. The next thing you should not do, so that you don't get into anything destructive, don't disperse your anger. Don't do it. Don't disperse your anger. You know what that means? To distribute anger. Disperse means to distribute. You go on the side. Your anger there. You cancel your anger there. You go on the side. You're distributing your anger. If God isn't on your side, will lead to something. Either people will develop a coup against you to get rid of you, and too many people under the ground for that. Too many people in Saw Beach, in police station. Don't distribute your anger. Don't distribute. That what disperse is. You don't distribute it. Don't throw temper tantrum at your colleague whether you're in the office, you're in a political place, you're in a political discussion, you're in a football discussion, you're in a religious conversation, whatever. Don't throw temper tantrum at your colleague. Temper tantrum is the same as anger, but that kind of anger can lead to immediate reaction destructively that people will say no. So, yes, the last one, then we go, what's the time now? Yeah, it's time for you people. We just on time and in time. So, what do you want to do with your anger so that you don't engage into anything destructive? It doesn't affect someone, it doesn't affect you. If you know you have anger, and I cannot tell you that everybody has anger. Everybody has anger. That's why I use the word destructive. Everybody has anger. Anger is emotion, and it is controllable. These things I share with you practically. Look at it realistically or from observation, you'll see. People nurse their anger. You have seen the nursery center? What they do there with the children, they develop them. That when you're nursing your anger, that what you're doing, you're giving it flesh, you're giving it blood, boom, you're giving it everything, the reaction. And then you don't converse. You don't talk about your anger. It doesn't make sense to be telling people that your anger is bad, that when you get vexed, nobody can stop you, that you will do anything to anybody. You can converse your anger. It doesn't make sense to reverse it, to converse. Anger is destructively deficiency. So when you know that your anger is destructive, as how you would say that I get bad anger, my anger not near you. When I get vexed, nobody can stop me. You're acknowledging deficiency. So it means that you have to put on a good thinking to work on it. And how do you work on anger? Is you reverse the anger. You reverse the anger. You suppress it. And it is not a religious thing. I have seen some people, they go to pastor, and I have seen some pastor say, oh, the person, he got anger, let me pray for you. They put hand on the person and say they're praying. No, it doesn't do anything. Anger is not spiritual. Anger is a human act that can be worked on. How you work on anger, you reverse the anger. You suppress it. So if, let's assume that you have this deficiency of being temperamental, then it means you have to avoid those things that can stir you up. You have to avoid people that can stir you up. You have to avoid certain conversation that you can stand can stir you up. When you avoid and you're just discipline yourself that way, anything you discipline yourself to, it becomes part of you. That's how you do away with. Just discipline yourself. Just discipline. Discipline is devotion. You devote yourself to just doing certain things and not doing certain things. So what you devote your attention to is what becomes part of you. That's what devotion is. If I said that I don't want to do X, Y, Z, the first thing that will register in my mind, not to go around there. Let me give you a simple example. It was my friend who came, start saying all kinds of stuff, but I'm not too convinced yet. We end in 2025. And I just developed this feeling that where we often go to eat every morning before we try getting ready for the show preparatorily, I said that I wouldn't be going over there for the next 2 weeks. I would not go there. I would just find another place. The people did nothing to me. I did nothing to them. But I just developed that stuff. So I said to myself, it's very likely I might break my vow some way, and I will be there. So what I did is I avoided going around the proximate area. So when I come, I find another place right close to us. One of the guys showed me in the place. So I said, okay, this is alternative. So I will come to the office. I sit here, do what I get to do. When I finish with the office work, I just sit in. Time to go home, I go home. Just like that. I did it for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So my friend came and said, oh, my man XYZ, but I didn't tell him that because of that. So I said, when everybody, say Andrew, so we see you, say last year, Motili winner, I said, we're going to hear you get that before the new year, you start coming here. What I'm simply saying by that, I discipline myself. That what devotion is, it helps you. Sometimes when you see certain things happen, that's one of the ways you can reverse your anger. I'm not saying that situation was vexed with anybody, but just saying that's the only solution. You just avoid. It doesn't say that you're against, but you don't want your anger to be stirred up. So when you avoid, you discipline yourself and say, I'm not doing this, or I'm not going there, and you just concentrate on what you are and what you're doing. It will help. But nobody can anybody put hand on your head and say they pray for anger to go away from you. They're just wasting their time. Because it will mean nothing. It's nothing spiritual. It's a deficiency that you can work on. That's how you reverse it. All right, that's it. That's the weekend. That's it. So you keep playing. You keep playing. That's 35,000 today. 100, 200 Liberian dollars. $1.50 US. The King's Cash giveaway. Our people, our partners say they're giving you 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. I think they want a beyond jackpot. Because that's more money. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, everything in thousand. You'll be there, your money collect your ma. Your government official then they enjoy it. They both get 5,000, they get 20,000, they get 10,000. They don't want to know. Then the families enjoying, their children, everybody enjoying. Then you there, you feeling the suffering. Then God say, play the King's Cash giveaway. So that you get, if you don't get 5,000, you will get 10,000. If you don't get 10,000, you get 20,000. If you don't get the 20,000, you will get 5,000. If you don't get 5,000, you get 10,000. You get 10,000. No matter what, God say you will get either one of the three. But if you apply no effort, it can't work. You go, you come down. It can't work. You'll be praying whole day, Father, in the name of Jesus. Lord, you know my children. Lord, my children suffering. Lord, you know the condition I'm in. And I get school fee. Where I will get 10,000 from? These two children, Lord, that 10,000. Then God said, oh, but madam, that praying you praying, does that make sense? You please go and play the King's Cash giveaway. Put your $200 there. You will get 10,000. Because I have God can work too. You put it there now, then God say, okay, I will give you the 10,000. So you play, yeah? That star 79 and star 24 hatch. Play with $200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Don't say the money how some of y'all when you're ready. That a weekend now, forget it. Small jolly you're going to do. But when they say $200, yeah, that money too plenty. LIV. Our basket, yeah? We live in a basket where you're a King Support basket. We live in where you already know the code. You share the codes with the other people who don't have it. You share it with them. 0555885 0555885 that they send with the local code, mobile money, 077 017 885. So that's it. Let's go. Every weekend we'll look at something from a human perspective. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97 0777 98 03 75. The women's line. Where Hello. Hello.
Hello, Sir Andrew.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir?
I'm
Happy New
good.
Year.
I'm good. I'm good as always. And you?
Thank God. Okay, I'm Peterson M. Weir. I'm in Johnsonville. I have a citizen office in Johnsonville, District Number 2. The one I'm calling you from.
That's good. Good to hear that.
Yeah. Yes. I got a beautiful office in District Number 2, Uptown, Johnsonville.
That compound?
No, it's on the road. But I got my compound in the same Johnsonville. I have a political office and administrative office. I have 2 offices.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
My man, you are a lawyer, a die-hard supporter, man.
Of course, die-hard supporter 100%. Okay, the opposition fighter, you know, the party, they will continue to hear that His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah is coming back. Yes, George Weah is coming back to the executive mansion, the Go Okanda. That is why we are mobilizing. Yeah, voluntarily, I will mobilize for the coming back of His Excellency George Manneh Weah.
So what are you
Thank you
doing?
very much.
So what are you doing right now? How are you mobilizing right now?
Okay, right now I'm assigned on the due payment team. The due payment, the CDC due payment team.
Yeah, but due
I'm
payment, and I'm mobilizing the collection of money.
Yeah, it coincides with mobilizing too now, because I got the literature and I've been talking with the people. I registered close to 70 persons, and I'm in contact with them. You know, in politics, when you talk to 1, 2 persons, they will bring 2, 3.
All right.
So,
You're right.
So they come to my office here, we talk, they come and visit me. So I get their contact and we move on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Keep doing that. Hello. Hello? You are on the air, Chief. Hello. Oh, but you keep going off, my man. You keep going off every time. Okay, you go off. Hello. Hello?
I'm Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. People who just saying, we're working on a new one and that campaign for South. And so then, malaria is upset. They want campaign for South. They want campaign for South. The body issue to start campaign. So, we'll say everywhere, we'll send it somewhere. Should have been able to put it out there to have somebody here. I'm ready, man. When you want to survive, I don't want to do nobody. Anybody will survive you. Then people can survive here with accident. So I want to start campaign now. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm actually Newton calling from District 17. Yeah, thank you for the very topic, and I want to say kudos to Honorable Garrison Yeru. Actually inspired me, and it is setting, you know, every corner of this community, of other communities of this country you go, people now realizing that former President we are doing well. And some people can even some of the opposition can say, not because President we are doing well, they move for him power, but because the lies that people carry around. So now we are trying to demystify what they say. That is why every development that went on during our regime, we are not educating our people. Even the project that those so-called government leaders are claiming, right? We are demystifying and telling our people everything that you see today happening, even the roads that they are boasting of, it was our time. We started it, right? Because during that time, they were telling us we were bringing earthquake in the country, but now they are boasting of the earthquake that they were talking about yesterday. So we are telling our brothers, we are going from campus to campus, we are telling our brothers in the community that there's in a way the only alternative. We are showing the opportunity of education, the opportunity of the purple housing unit, and other facilities that were initiated that the government is unable to undo after they sell lies about it to the Liberian people that they could do that. So we are together. I want to say kudos to Honorable Garrison Yeru because victory is set in 2029. Thank you.
Thank you too. Have a nice weekend. Yes, exactly. Garrison, you couldn't have put it any better and simply. That's what it is. Yeah, at least they will stop saying that. They will stop using that cliche. They will close that cliche. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Ed Mokar. Thanks to Garrison Yellow for that wonderful piece. It's actually encouraging. It's true. You CDC and we are created the truly that you are seeing that they are still eating on. That's the truth. Because for the fact that are we here propagating the message of President we overlook it. Let me go to Black today and start saying something positive about Black. You will see how the guys will welcome me. They run away. I will start eating. Not because I'm able to carry the towels. That's going to be on news for them. That come from CDC, pre-CDC messages over the years. And then here now, they will refer to close. Now my eyes open. I can see it. So the one is even more surprised, which should be disgraceful, is that election year second runner, and then you say you pledge your support to the office, and then after win. But that was not the case. You were there. Peter Slonaki, you still remain there. You will show that we governor king our second term. Then out of 14, only 2 years, you get millions to have the hundreds of exploiting. That only benefited because of the social contribution ideology. We are the one that's spinning. So he's saying the truth. How do you get that sees you? And this that he was talking about that when there's a blockade around the person now you start running away. So why are you seeing that happening? There are a lot of uncertainty that hang around the government, that hang around the president. So time will come now, they will start giving those excuses. Oh, we thought they weren't going to happen. We thought that wasn't going to happen. So no way. We got to come back. Some of them will be falling to the ground, going in the net and falling that way. All the kind of stuff. In politics, that's why we agree that there is no permanent enemy, there is no permanent friendship. But you will have to be careful. You got to try to
Right,
make
Mr. Khan.
some friendship so that tomorrow your way will be clear. So thanks to him for that wonderful piece. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a nice weekend. Hello. You went off? Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Tama Bessie. Thank you, sir. Adu. One day, I will not come back. They put a jam up on nothing, I will come back. Yes, the party was 2 years to come back, get a sense here. That I will start on our Nakaba. That one year to play, you start on us to come back. And we are made more than that. Too good for them. They cannot criminal way, they can't wait. That lie, they can't wait. Lie, they promise you the pay. We will come back. Nothing for the night, they will get out for nothing. Nothing. Yeah, they say we will come. They will want to bomb, they will already there. So they will come back. They may not go, they will not already there. So he will come back. We will come back 2029. Thank you, Sir Andrew.
Hello.
Mr. Andrew?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Mr. Andrew and Spencer Mohammed, and I call from Popo Kono, down Coast Spoon Hill, Winter Community. Mr. Andrew, thank you very much. Firstly, I want to commend Garrison Yolu for his well-in-open message. I think his message is well articulated, and in my mind, it contains that of wisdom, and only wise men will understand his thoughts. Firstly, I want to commend him for that. So, Andrew, whenever I sit and hear the guys taking this cliche that President Weah will not come back, then I begin to laugh at them. How will you say President Weah will not come back when people that you call yesterday, yes, criminal, you are celebrating there? But Tifa,
he has turned to a man of integrity to you today. When Tifa is sitting right next door to the president who castigated him yesterday, and even praising Tifa as a man who, when he wants anything, he can get it. And those people, before they get to the epic center of their political struggle, it is President Weah that made them. It is President Weah that brought them to where they are today before you are sticking salt to them. So how will you say President Weah will not come back? President Weah will come. President Weah will come because he is 10 years. He was dedicated timetables. We had the 40 military hospital. We had the Duporo market, the Douala market. We had the market for Olinga. We have the rehab market. What dedicated roles in his 10 years? In your 10 years today, what do you have to dedicate? And your whole arrest agenda that you took 3 consecutive years to prepare was just, kept out yesterday by the International Monetary Fund that is so unrealistic. So with all of the pitfalls that you have here, how are you not sure that President Weah is not coming back? President Weah will come back is undisputable. Yes, indeed, Joseph Newman Parker, you are feeling like Liberian people. Until you can bring the job you talk about. If the job are not here, the Sagolists are not leaving the Sagol, the Keke Bala are not finding a job, just know that 2029 you are out. Thank you very much for always giving us the opportunity to make our voice on national issues. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah.
Ne pone le gauso anu gauso ose. Ne pone want them when they're looking for a job, they can't go out for the job and they have to put it on stable all over the way they to.
You there? Hello? You changed your location. You must have muted yourself, or where you are. The network is bad off. Hello?
Say Adu.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Fatu calling from Jacobtown Reha.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Say Adu, thank you. You said it all. The people will be confessing and say 2029 will reach and we'll put them out. Now the man are doing anything that is better me. I was sitting down listening at you. The one you really, you come inside, you won't get on where side, but you lie, you will not go there. The other papa, God will bless you, you will come back, but you want to take note. And so you want to take note.
All right.
Because
thank you.
People, the damaging already, they're looking for way.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
You are on the air, Chief.
Okay, thank you. This is Jimmy. I'm Jimmy. I call from the power of Newtown. Same year, sorry. The general is a matter of time at all. So we will be re-elected. Same come to Douala market. Come see the action of the market here against the government. Just in Douala market, somebody just here, only just to say places to the government. The people will start, the women are going to start to be positive life. Just even the more now, the women join the president. So the tension among the ordinary people for President Weah to come back because the property that put Joseph between your country, then it's too much. It's too much. So when people say, oh, they're not coming back. One brother and brother, someone for an approval with integrity. The people are not made today. So all I can say is that we Christians, we are not deterred. We know that we will come back and we know about the Philadelphia is church here. It's only made a fellow. And we'll continue to put out one in the year. And our church, I say, we need to be in the public because I see the donation. Why the point out the donation is about quote to quote for all of us and not ever. Today, not be re-elected president. So I believe with a strong provision of 2029, President will be re-elected. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Sanju.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fitova calling from Johnson Day. Sanju, thank you very much. Sanju, we were capping 2023. We have made a mistake to create our photo President Weah because we told the Liberian people. He said, President Weah, he didn't have love for the nation, to build a nation. He had love for your children. Yeah, for President Weah. We told the Liberian people. They not listen to us. They lie to them The paper experience, then you know any NGO will come back, investor will come back. We say your 4%, we will make mistake. You will regret it. We will not regret it.
Okay.
Then we tell the Liberia people, you see what's going on? You see what's going on today? All in the community, people passing around suffering. So the people will not be detained. Let the court, one of the things we will say, let's say, hey, we hold our peace. So that now, we're going to the ballot to put the people out. Then our president come back to develop the country. For our level be better. Thank you very much.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
Fine.
Yes, sir. I'm Abraham Gadi calling from Zimbabwe. Well, I got a question. Why is it when people, the ruling party today, they say, oh, we get Joria only one time, Joria one time. Then today we see Joria will come back for a second time, there's a problem with it. They said that only came to pass. Then we see our own hand and they get fair with us. That's a problem. I really want to know. They said that they say we made Joria one time president. Today now we say Joria will come back. But then every day they complaining. The man Joria will not come back. Why they didn't get power with all the other political parties, only the CDC? You see, I confusing some more. Then I attack the other opposition and whatsoever on ground. They get ANC then, they get the other political party. Why is it I feel like they want Joria man? Why they can't talk about any other political party with Joria? Then they can't tell why is it Joria man alone. Then we'll be confused. Thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Samaju.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Samaju, my name is Mohammed Donzo Fafana Jr. Well, I joined a conversation from the Japan Freeway. Samaju, you know, the reason why these guys are always making this statement, these guys know 20 or not, they won't make it. You know, as people always saying that these guys use the mind game, and the mind game will never ever work no more in this age. So these guys, they know 20 or not, they will not make it. That's the reason why each of we is not coming, we is not coming. We is not coming, but we know we is not coming. What are you doing that will make we is not come back? So thank you for the show. And thank Garrison Yeru for his great piece.
Hello.
Hello, Andrew.
Yeah.
Are you coming on?
Fine.
Is it 8.1 year? Is it 8.5 year?
Yes, sir.
And like our colleague that you move now, man. This is a good decision?
Yes. This is 88.5 Kings FM.
That means I was telling them move now man for job we are. That man that did one come up for student.
But that is not the issue. You know, you're not here to be reacting to what people say. Just say what you called to say.
That man, when the message will do it, he will do it. I trust that man.
Yeah. But say that the man own the man say own. Say your own.
We just pray God when that time reach. I can tell anybody in the place here, when you go in your hand, nobody can say Joria will not come by. When you go and say Joria will not come by. And I see the man. And that's how anytime I pray, in the morning I pray, in the night I pray. 3 o'clock I wake up, pray for him. And I'll try to reach out to that place. I went there the last time, but you were not to wait. I will try to reach out. I will bring all my documents from CDC from 2005. I will see it. And nobody can see this again. And nobody will say, I want to walk and say, Joria, don't come by. I don't see the man that will see, don't come by. Why don't you go to the medicine place? Why I come for the mall? Allah, you will be bad on that particular day. And I pray. And somehow we have been voting. We don't want no job. I'm making my business. We don't want no job. But when I say for you, I for you. So we don't want no money for job. We are. And everybody say, oh, why is you so what is benefit? And I say, benefit, God give it to me. I go give it. Joanna give me money. God will benefit me. One and two. So lucky. The king God will give it back to me. So I dare for him. I will reach here. I will talk to you later. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castle. I call from under the street light in Lower Johnsonville. So, Mr. Sam Andrew, I think the piece written by Mr. Honorable Yuru is a very firm piece and it speaks to the reality. You see, in life, they are a tough time in life. But those that will not even stand the tough time, they are the one that can normally be frustrated. Even in relationship, when you are in relationship, the difficulty can come. But the ability of the two partners to work together cooperatively to fight against that particular and a difficulty sometimes become a challenge. Some will leave, and those that can normally leave, they are the one that can be the victim. So that's the reality that will happen, and as time go by. So it is clear, and the coming back of we are comes 2029 is inevitable. The ratings are on the wall. Look, when you walk across the street on the principal street of Monrovia and across the 15 political landscape of Liberia, you get to understand that people are very much angry. And that's why even one of the songwriters said, he said, people are just angry, and he does not know why the people are angry for. Because the difficulty and the challenges for this brutality that are going on in the country, those are things that are making the people, very much angry. The economy has totally gone into shambles. Nothing is working at all since Joseph Imam Boakai and the Konis came to power. Look at what yesterday we used to experience, and that our 12 veterans, 30 classes used to be organized. That appreciating best teacher, appreciating best principal of the year. Today,
all right,
the country is seriously and draining down, and that's why for now the 2029 is very much in a shock. But our guys are not understanding that every day they will sit down doing nothing.
Okay, Chief.
We will not come back.
Thank you.
What are you doing our staff? We are not to come back.
Hello.
Mr. Andrews, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Senator Freeman, I call you from Lower Johnsonville. Prefer to be first time as you begin. Seeing you spoke natively, actually. It's just like you just bring foundation potential to real talk today. Seriously. So the issue, right? Honorable Galifin, well, he spoke my mind, actually. You know, the truth remains here is this. No matter what happens, no matter what these guys do, they will never be trusted to where they are. They will never be trusted to where they are, because if they can do it to the one that brings to this whole life today, how much more to where they are going? They will not be trusted. And, you know, as we are coming back, it shouldn't be a surprise to them. It shouldn't be like, on Malero. It is a must. The comeback of Georgia as President Jerusalem starts now and today with an immediate effect. 2029 is a must. Our president must come back. Thank you for having me, sir.
All right, thank you all for spicing it up. This break.
How I used to be passing around looking for money for Joe Parker. And one know the bigger, the real beggar, this year, January 21, 2022. I apologize, Henry, but I'm doing a lot of consultation as regards our separation with the CPP. If possible, let's talk tonight. I said, okay, uncle, I'll be expecting your call. You see him talking about the separation? Some of you are making it look like it was we who just decided to separate from the CPP. It was Joseph Boakai's idea for us to leave, and we did it. See me here, I sent him another, I said, then he said, good. Then I wrote him back. I said, and I have raised 1,500 USD for your visit to Redemption Hospital to visit with the survivors of the Stampede. That was when that pastor had the crusade on the field, D12 field, and people died. Abraham Kroma, right? Raised 1,500 US and sent it to Joe Boakai for him to go and identify with the people. See why he wrote to me after I told him about the 1,500 US? You mean so much to me that I can never disappoint you. He said, you mean so much to me that I can never. You see, I wrote him myself, look, uncle, the cash is in Liberia. My guy will deliver it to you tomorrow. He is my vice chairman for operations of the COP. He is Anthony Tengbe. This is the man that took the money to Joseph Boakai to go to Redemption. Just to go to Redemption, we had to raise money to give to him. I will show you more. This is the real beggar. So Joseph Human Boakai, February 25, 2023. I said, good evening, Uncle Joe. Jake sent me a draft press statement prepared for you on the tragic attack on former Chief Justice Gloria Scott. I think it's a good idea. I'm deeply concerned and sorry for her loss and terrible misfortune. I have arranged something to help facilitate the press conference. Just to pay for press conference, that means. Then he wrote me, are you sending the amount to Jake? Oh, when it comes to money, he wanted to go to his nephew, Jake. I said, yes, uncle. Since he's the one who's going to be coordinating, it's not a lot, just 1K. That means 1,000 US dollars. Then he writes, Joe Baka writes, listen to what he wrote me. Too much of bothering you with small issues like these. I said, don't worry, uncle. It's all good. Just focus on leading us while we work from behind to support. He said, let me know how much. I said, 1K, just $1,000 for the press conference. Every little thing left and right, he would either call or his people would call. When Joseph Boakai returned from the United States after his medical trip, February 13, 2023, you all were saying, but Costa wants to pay up to go Ghana, to FICPO. This is Boakai writing me. February 13, 2023, he wrote me, thanks, Henry. Are we still on course? We're returning to Accra next week. We have not heard nothing so far. You see that? Boakai was harassing me about going to Accra for something you all were pretending that he was not interested in, that I was setting him up for. When Boakai arrived in Liberia, this is what Boakai wrote me, February 14, 2023. Henry, we are back. Thousands at the airport and at the house.
All right, dependable nephew, thank you so much. Thank you for filling in. So this is how we go home. There is absolutely nobody clean in this political space. There's nobody who is clean in the political space. There is one name that is so significant, so important, that name that resonates with the ruling establishment, uncomfortable, makes them uncomfortable, resonates with his people in the whole world. You know the name. Garrison Yelu couldn't have inserted that line when he said, if we did not give you, but he created the platform, which is the same giving. He said, if he didn't make you, he certainly gave you the stage. You make people in two ways. You develop them, one, and then you use the Chinese proverb, not giving you fish, but teaching you how to fetch for yourself. Until Liberia can stop this childish thing, it will expose a number of people. We saw it a couple of years ago. This person will say, oh, you are not this, you are this. Here we are. All of those people, and we are witnesses. We saw some of those people living condition. It's not because you have some dollars today and you have a position that you think you have reached. God does not really curse people, but he allows you to curse yourself. And how does one curse himself? What is before us? Ingratitude. And ingratitude is the code character of the devil. Ingratitude is black heart. Ingratitude is the home of Satan. Any ingrate person is in the home of Satan. Ingratitude means your refusal to acknowledge. And only Satan that have refused to acknowledge all that God did for him. He demonstrated ingratitude, and he was cursed by God. Only one thing goes with ingratitude is curse. You see, some people, they have what it takes in society, yet they have no peace. You check the background really good, they show ingratitude to somebody. These guys are opening something that the country will not be able to handle. George Weah returns to the presidency. Nobody, all of those who left George Weah, they are insignificant to the core in terms of influence to stop anything. I told you people this week, the Lofa people's strength. And that strength will be divided in Lofa County. If the elections were tomorrow, you will see it. Their strength is in Lofa County, but that strength in Lofa County will be divided. Take it. If God can fast forward time, and he can, but he will not do because he already set the formula. But you can see the signs. The beam of those people making, the one who is who in Moserado County, he has lost his essence. Moserado County, none of those guys can win Moserado County, but they'll leave here for 2029. Majority of those guys, I can say all of them, nobody can tell me that George Weah did not give. All of them, George Weah birthed all of those people. I'm saying it this way because we saw majority of those guys' lives. We saw it. They were poor. And this is an honest admittance. Even some of the diehard CDC men are still supporting CDC today, which is very good. They maintain that loyalty. They were poor. They did not have it. And that's why they are blessed, because they could have done like the other people to turn their back on George Weah. But they look back over their life and saw what Weah took them from. If George Weah did not hand you dollars, but he will create the opportunity, the platform by which you can earn dollars for yourself. Do you know that George Weah is this character, and you have few people of such nature on earth? Only few. Do you know that George Weah don't know how to say no to people? Look at George Weah. Why all these people were moving to George Weah? Even you go back to the very national thing, Teacher Light has explained those things to you plenty we know. So not much. But you look at the Lone Star life. Some of these people, they were existing. If they claim to have money prior to Weah coming on the political stage, what were they doing? How were they helping Liberia? How their life was? Did they ever think that they would have had what they have today? Did they attempt to do anything in their capacity to help their country? Even Joseph Yuma Boakai was vice president. Did they go around him? Did they say, yeah, we are in CDC, but this man is our Kisi brother. He's our Kisi pa. Let's try to go around him. Joseph Boakai was sick. Joseph Boakai was nearing death. These Kisi people, whom today they are saying that he is a Kisi man from Lofa County, so they are turning to him. When Joseph Boakai was at the brink of death, Joseph Boakai was sick. Did they turn to him on tribal ground, on ethnic ground? Did they ever think in that direction? No. Ingratitude. Today, they're portraying it like they love Joseph Yuma Boakai to the core. And that is why if Unity Party is not careful, you people who in Unity Party, if you people are not careful, these guys will scatter your party. And we're seeing the signs already. The signs are becoming evidently and convincingly clear. These two Judases will damage your Unity Party. Because, listen, this is how it gets to destroy. This is the real sign. When you start anything on tribal level, it finishes. Those guys are not gravitating to Joseph Yuma Boakai because they love Boakai. Boakai being a Kisi man from his youth, they've been Kisi. Why they were not helping Joseph Yuma Boakai? If you love your kinsman was sick. That crewman saved Kisi man. But you Kisi people were here. And this is not a reference to all of the Kisi people. Because they are good. There are thousands of unique, responsible, kind-hearted, loving Kisi people. I'm referencing those people who say they made George Weah. So let's assume for the discussion's sake, let's assume that you people have money before George Weah start earning money, because some of you say you made George Weah, you contributed to Weah's life. So for the discussion, say let's take it that way. So what were you people's status? What were you people doing nationally? Fast forward. What was it like? Wasn't Weah who gave your life? All those times you turned to Joseph Yuma Boakai? The tribal politics you brought, it will affect Unity Party. It will affect Unity Party real good. Those two, you people are pretenders. George Weah made nobody in the space that George Weah did not make. Everybody, why everybody was crying for George Weah? Why everybody? George Weah made everybody go first, Weah second. You go up, you come down. Your national team was struggling here. Look at the documentary. Where is that documentary to go to that identical place? The guy said, the foreign man said, Weah will have to send money through Ivory Coast for the national team. Meaning, he will give money to people to make sure, to take the risks to bring money to the national team. He will take players from here, war, to make sure that they're on the other side, that he gave them life. That foreign man was saying all those things. What did the guy say? The guy said, Weah used over 2 million of his money that you have used, like your politicians that been here, they were around here, they lay money, they put it in their pocket, they had no time. Weah is just naturally good. Weah does not know how to say no. I saw that thing with my dear brother, very good friend, my boss man, the one that set up Capital FM, Lauren Randall. Lauren didn't know how to say no. Few people I see with that thing. They didn't know how to say no. If they can do it, if they don't have it, they will create a means by which. Lauren did not know how to say no to anybody. So he was always embarrassed. You always say, okay, we'll do it this way. Okay, I will speak to this person. That's how George Weah looking. He didn't know how to say no. LRB politics is childish. Oh, yeah. The people out of Liberia, they can be laughing. I was saying, look at the people. So that the pattern in Liberia now, when you leave, criticize. When you leave, criticize. You people are not mature. Every day you go up your corner. Every day you're campaigning for George Weah. Since you say you're educated, but you ain't no common sense. You're lacking common sense. The person you talk about every day, and you're talking negative thing of that person, and you think that you are demeaning that person, you think you are putting the people against that person. That is not true. You are telling the people this is the most significant person, because the people will get tired of hearing your crap, your bull crap, and they will look at that person and say, this person is the right person. Why everybody talking about this man? So let's identify with this man. Your education, you have to look at it. That's why the people say, the people who brought up intellectualism, they say, don't talk about your friend days, a friend day. Stick to the issue. Because the logic in it, the people ain't get time to hear, they men did, they men not did. The more you say it, they will go against you. And you can see it in debate when people are intellectualizing and a panelist draw on one person, the rest of the people, by the time the people start asking questions, they will go against that man who talking about a friend whole day. And he will think the people are against it, the people ain't against it, the people only acknowledging his mental lowness. The high looking with your so-called educated people in this space. Every day you're campaigning for George Weah. You're increasing George Weah number. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, rather, that is what it is. When George Weah come outside, the entire, let George Weah come on Broad Street now. You will see how it will be. Let Bouaka come on Broad Street. And you see, Bouaka in this country as the president, he's unknown. He's only relative. Bouaka, we are in this country is the most popular. Every day you are increasing Weah's number. Couple of weeks from now, you're going to see. And that Weah himself, Weah by his action, just as Jesus Christ shut people's mouths by his action. Jesus was less in talking, more action. That how Jesus closed the mouths of his critics. And that just how Weah is closing your oral cavities. In a couple of weeks, you will see. Then you will continue. Let me see whether you will continue to say, we are not coming back. Because that the impact can shut people's mouths. That impact can cause confession. You guys say, oh, we're talking the men are coming back, the men are coming back. But it looks like the more we talk the thing, the men number can increase. Oh, let's find different thing. Every day you say, we are not coming back. Your increase, we are normal by 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And you're going to see it. Bouaka himself will confess. And you know that, yes, this man get miracle hanging over. God truly walking with him. That's why when you're doing all those things, we ain't got time to talk. We are not talking. That empty drunk and men no. Weakling. That is another sign of a weakling. A person who fears his colleague will always come up with something that thing. Oh, my man, that man did, that man. You're afraid of George Weah. You people have tested Weah weight. You know that Weah is weighty, Weah is strong. Then when we need to go to anybody in heaven to tell us We need no rocket scientists. We need to do no mathematics. It is the normal. We are is magnetic. We are is charismatic. We are is the political czar of this country. Let we are come outside. Then you will know whether he coming by, he not coming by. Then your statement, your own statement will tell you, your own statement will bring out your mental limitation. You continue to say, we enjoying it. You're going to say, we are not coming by any song now. Hey, man, those musicians, man, CDC musicians, you're turning that thing into a song. You have to make fun of these people. You bring the clown of them. You bring the fool of them. You're turning that thing into music. And I said, we are not coming back. You're saying that you people, had it not been God first, had it not been for we are some of you who have been under the ground, all your flesh going under your bone be lying down in a casket because some of you were not far from the graves. The man gave your life. What you have today, you people could not have acquired it without we are. The kind of person you people are today. I mean, everybody, whether you in United Party, you out of United Party, once you are human being, everybody who have been saying that thing, we are not coming back, we are not coming back, referring to all of you, not specific people, everybody who have said that thing. And you got to ask God for forgiveness. You have to ask God, all of you, before you go to bed tonight, you ask God for forgiveness. Whether you senator or you representative or you journalist or you Yanabo, you wow. All of you who have been saying that thing, you ask God for forgiveness so that God's wrath can befall you. There is a reason. Yes, the reason I'm saying this thing, I'm going to ask God for forgiveness. God put it in the Bible because he wants to show up. Every line of the Bible is the reality of the day. Psalm 41:9, that the curse there, when you show ingratitude, when you betray, that the curse, all of you people who have been saying that thing, and those of you who have not said it, and you have been tempted to say it, never say it. So the wrath of God don't befall you. Never say it. When they're saying that we are not coming back, move from there. Move from there. Let them continue to say it. Because when you wish a person downfall, God ensures that your downfall comes before. Where's the curse? You have the curse for betrayal, for ingratitude, for condemning. You're saying all kinds of things. Where's the curse? Psalm 41. Say, my own friend, my own familiar friend. A friend should never be betrayed. A friend. A brother should never betray a brother. No. It said, my own, yea, my own familiar friend, in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, that lifted up his hand against me. That's the curse. God did not put that line there for nothing. That's the curse. Leaving and then you saying things against because you on this side, you on Unity Party side because Unity Party get the money now. That's sycophancy. Sycophancy is curse. Sycophancy is curse. It means you are that person. That person. And you know that person, the word that you use, the C word, charlatan. That's the appropriate word. It means a person who flips between two persons, a person who commercializes himself, a pretender to get what he can get from either side or from a specific side, a person who comes with sugar-coated tongue. A charlatan is an inconsistent person. A charlatan is always a betrayer. And the what mean pretender? So you know what pretend is? You acting like you fall. You see these guys, they will betray Joseph Yema Boaka. Your United Party people, we're telling you be careful with these people. Anybody who betrayed, that one is supernatural, meaning a clear, God, all over the Bible, all over. If you are a Christian, just look at it. Anybody who betrays a person, is just a matter of time before they do it to the next person. You know why? Because it is the person's character. Character, deceptive, destructive. Betray your character is just like pregnancy. No matter how long it will come or it will show. That's when you hear people say, oh, the mayor we thought. The man came from the other side. We open our arms unto him. We really incorporate this man into our, look what the man doing. Or then you hear the next voice say, but it's not a surprise. He did it on the other side. It's not a surprise. But by then it's late. You think the guys, they are the president Joseph Yema Boaka for nothing? There is a reason. They have their business interests. They want protection. They want other things to be given unto them. Politicians, they are all about themselves. They're all about themselves. These guys have killed. They killed their own assets recovery. They ran on that side to protect themselves because Joseph Boaka cannot carry out selective assets recovery scheme. It has to be comprehensive. Meaning, the people who on his side, they served in the CDC government. So all of them, you have to bring all of them. But now he can't do it to those people because they ran on his side and say they're praising him. Every president loves praise. Everybody, every leader loves praise. No, not every leader. That's not true. Not every leader. Some leaders are very critical, meaning they are realistic, philosophical, the reason. I'm talking about the ones here. So, it's just a matter of time. They're protecting their interests. Not that they really love Unity Party. And Unity Party people are not going to give chance. You hear what Yantuan Reta Wongwe said? And that's true. We've been talking about it before. We talked about it months before Wongwe brought it up. Those people, Unity Party people, not too sure of Joe Boaka going 2029. So there are names within the party. Augustine Kwon Gafwan, there. You know, their names were in a party. You think I want him know when he said, even if Joseph Boaka in contest, what led him so early to say, even Boaka in contest? You know what's up? Everybody who went against George Weah, God will expose them. Why God does it? Because he said he hates lying lips. Don't lie. You are in the government. You got rich from the CDC government. You got properties, all the properties that you people have. You get big, large buildings all over the place. Yesterday, you said you were using your business contact, your international partners. Why you can use the international partner now? Some of the building and everything is at a standstill. You look around, my people. CDC now in power. You people say that not CDC money. So we agree. For discussion, so we agree. You people are using your international partners. You have your international partners. So CDC out of power now. Why your projects stalled? Some of your projects, they stalled. Why they're not moving with the speed at which they were moving when you were in CDC government? Because your partners should still be providing. Why everything is at a standstill? We want to know. Simple reasoning. You said Weah did nothing for you. You people were the ones who supported Weah, who brought Weah. So we agree now. CDC out of power. We are not there. You said that your international partners were helping you. You people were traveling here and there. So what happened with your projects now? Why they're not fast moving as the way they were fast moving when you people were in? Because you people were using CDC created the platform. George, we have created the platform. Today, you can do it. We're gonna give you your space. Simple. You know, consciously you know that we are took you from the dungeon. Most of you were peasants. You people were malnourished. You people were eating kobo on the side wall. You people were not rich. Nobody born rich. Even the richest person that born on a silver platter experience some kind of struggle some way, somehow. So that one, we can say, but you people were eating kobo because your record, yeah. You people were not born on a silver platter. You people were not born like what the people say, silver spoon in your mouth. And you people were rich before George Weah came on the scene. And George Weah made you rich. And you start pumping thousands of dollars into George Weah, then we'll say, yeah. But nothing. Your record right in the same country. You people ain't come from Tajikistan or Uzbekistan. That you say your investment on that side, you are sending money. Then nobody will question you. You people been right here. Everybody knows how you people were on the field. And you people were struggling, eating kobo. It was the coming in of George Weah that you people took advantage. Because the people George Weah left in the people. So everybody that George Weah lifted their hand, they were elected. You people were here. Why you did not contest prior to Weah coming? You people have political ambition. Why did you people not contest to be legislators prior to George Weah coming in to contest? You people were around. You people should have contested the elections around here because you people did not have anything. Nobody whatsoever. You people did not have the. Yeah, I see you there. I see you. I see you. Because listen, that's how we are convinced. People look at your background. People look at your background and say, oh, look, this man was wealthy. Prior to this man coming in, this man was this. This man had this position. He had this investment. He will go this. He will bring it. This man set up this structure. This structure you see here, it was this man who set it up. Then we'll say, yeah, George Weah came and met your insources. George Weah came and met silver spoon in your mouth. So he had to feed on you to increase or to develop his political popularity. Because of how you look, you have to look back. Paul said, look back over your life. You people have nothing. And you people have money. You have investments. You people had the ambition to be senators and representatives. At that time, why you people did not contest when elections were all over the place? Because you people did not have anybody. You people did not have the real money. You people did not have the people. This man came in and all of you people ran to him, bowing to his feet, praising him, saying all manner of things. And he gave your political life. He gave not even political life. He gave your existential life that you're existing today. It is that existence that you people stand and say, the men are coming back, the men are this, the men are that. Every one of you who continue to say that to George Weah, you ask God to forgive you. Seriously, I'm telling you, you ask God to forgive you. As I've always said, the only way George Weah curse will not affect you except George Weah start reacting and saying all kinds of things because that's what God said. But as long as George Weah remains silent, he's not talking, he's not saying anything, he leaves it with God, God's wrath will befall all of you one by one. The only way George Weah, God will not fight for him except he, George Weah, take it onto himself to fight. That's why he said, vengeance is mine. Leave it with me. Whatever they say against you, whichever way they say, it hurts, it pains, because you are human, but restrain yourself, restrain your mouth, restrain your tongue. I see you. You continue. Let me enter the cliche in the time. Let's continue to say, you continue. Yeah? You're saying it. Joe, we are not talking. The reason why, Joe, we are not talking, because, George, we are understanding your provocation. That provocation. Every hole, your attempt, you're digging for George Weah. George Weah jumping over it. That God himself holding George Weah to put him on the other side and leave your hole there. And if some of you are not careful, you will jump in that very hole. Just as the hole Joseph brother dug for him. Joseph jumped over it. And what happened? If you ain't careful, the hole that you think you're digging for George Weah, you will jump inside. That's how God works. What kind of country? Yeah, everything. Oh, the men are this, the men are this. You take pleasure in vibrating a person, saying malicious thing against the person, but you don't want people to say malicious thing against you. You saying malicious things. You portraying a person as the bad person that ever existed on earth. Yet you were part of it. But you don't want people to mention you. How normal is that? You were there. You did a number of awful things. You gave pieces of advice that were not necessary. You did not say, oh, my man, this thing you're taking. Oh, George, why are you doing that? You're saying that George, we are leaving your government. Why you didn't leave George Weah government if George Weah was bad? If George Weah did not have the leadership, if George Weah government created insecurity for you people, why you people did not leave? The most rational thing of any person, when you feel insecure, you walk out. Then people, when you say it, people will respect you. But not when the regime ended. Everything over. Things not really working for you. You jump on the other side. You need protection for your small businesses and your late money. Then you say, in Weah government, you are not secure. You feel secure in Baka government. What's the security? Security, not security by existence that you are talking about. You were referencing, or you people are referencing your businesses now that we feel secure that our business is protected. Abwaka can call us. The Arab can put our name on their list for a press conference. We have to stop this thing in this country. Otherwise, it will plunge this country into something else. And when other people who are not politicians, they are doing it, then the very politicians will say, oh, no, this is wrong. Everything that you see the people doing in this country, they see it from the politicians. They learn it from the politicians, because the politicians are just bad example for society. How you stoop so low? You're stooping so low, and you think that you're normal. The person not there. The person there. Oh, come on. Look back over your life. Paul said, look back over your life. God said, look back over your life. See where you came from. See who you were. See the kind of life that you were living. Look back over your life. Then you appreciate the person who took you from there. Assume that George Weah did not come to this country. He stayed like how other European and African players, they stay there enjoying the money. Some of you, would you think we'll be calling you by the position that you have today? Oh, no. No. Whether you like it or not, that is the reality. God can use a person to give a whole nation life. God can use a person to give a whole group of people life. God can use a person to deliver a group of people. God does that. It is the normal. That's why he's not on earth. He uses people. He passes through people. And when he walks through those people, when they have given you life, don't turn around and say all manner of evil thing against them. Tell me now. All of you people who saying this thing, what kind of face you people have to look at George Weah? Let's assume that you're in a gathering. You think you're able to look at George Weah? You're even able to move to shake your hand? You see the kind of friction that you people have caused? You see why? When you are politically blindfolded, you don't think of the future. You think as long as you exist on earth in this earth Liberia, you people will not come across George Weah. George Weah will not come across you. What kind of face you have after you say all of those things? You think it will be like this forever and ever? There are gatherings, there are government gatherings that George Weah will go to. George Weah is the former president of the Republic of Liberia. Bouaga cut off speech from him, and Bouaga is uncomfortable. He's embarrassed by that, because you can be a president, you're running a country for 6 years, and you can't speak to your predecessor. Once there is a cut-off point, God has a problem. Once there is a cut-off point, God has a problem. That's why you see everything just going upside down with the government. Some of a part of the atmosphere is spiritual. What kind of face? I see you. Anyway, that Adel. Those of you who are not politicians, when people help you, people who gave your life, when you leave them, you'll never ever go to say bad things about them. You'll never gossip them to your friends. You'll never come up publicly to say any awful things. You never ever do it. It goes with curse. Everything life, there is the spiritual part. I'm telling you, I'm advising you people, those of you who are not politicians, when somebody do something for you, when you no more in that person's presence, you no more honor that person's covering, don't go and say awful things because you're on the other side against that person. Just leave it as it is. There are people here that weren't satisfied with how things went in the very CDC government, the work in George Weah government. They are in this place, but you will never hear them say, not that they can talk, but they know that it is not the right path to tread, because life can change at any time. I see you. I see you. This is how we go home. CDC, the news is on. Please join us. The news is on at 6, King's Newsroom. Joining us for that. And just on the 20 minutes, and then at 6:50, Isiaka Sharif and Josephine Pello Johnson are in with CDC Hour. And then the doctor is in this evening. You all know. I see you. The doctor himself, the teacher, the light of the nation, the evangelist, Anthony at Law, A.B. Will, Wave, face the issues. If God permits, we're back on Monday. This is how we go home with the man, the political czar himself.
Jah Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle.
Wagwan revolution, people.
Aye.
Wagwan the blue revolution.
Aye.
You ready? CDC